Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Off Topic Podcast. I am Hayward.
I'm Mario.
I'm Stovall.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Ronii.
And we are ready to get right back into it with you guys. So how's everybody's week been?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Good. Anything else? If you had to sum up the week in a word, what would it be?
You said what now?
Fast. Yeah, went by fast.
That's good. That's always good.
Yeah, that's always good.
Ever changing.
Ever changing.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a good week, I think.
Good. Nothing up and coming for everybody. What do we have to look forward to?
Well, the highlight of my week, even though it starts a new week, will be, we're doing Sunday dinner tomorrow. So to just have, the people over and fellowship and cut up and all of the things.
That's always a good time. What do you have on the menu?
Oh, well, we'll make it up as we go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Needless to say, I put more of the emphasis on the fellowship. Yes, less on the food.
Come on, fellowship.
Yeah, no, we'll have something. Throw a few pots of bands together and see what happens.
Okay. All right. Well, in the spirit of that, I say we just go ahead and throw out to this opening clip. Have everybody check it out.
You make your friends pay full price? I don't. And the reason why I don't make my friends pay full price is because they're like walking billboards for me. Exactly. Like all of my friends that like wear my stuff, they gonna darn near take the phone and put the Instagram in it for you.
Got to ride or die.
Yeah, so I give my friends like a big discount. Like basically my friends all wear B-Fly.
My friends pay full price because when I go to their businesses or whatever, I pay full price. I tip. And I'm gonna still post. If we friends, like I'm gonna just support. I mean, I might throw them something extra in there, but
that's
sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same with me. My friends do pay, but then I'm gonna support my friends.
Right. Exactly.
That's right.
I feel like friends are the biggest supporters.
Yeah.
And we gonna support, tip, do all that, promote everything. We gonna do all that for our friends.
Right.
I remember I was bartending. You came out and saw me. And
sure
you
did.
Drink and stuff. You
sure did. Full price, didn't
you? Did. That drink for $30. I'm like, that's free.
All right, interesting clip, and I feel like people have a lot of opinions about how they should support their friends in certain businesses. What can y'all say about that?
I believe that just because they're your friend doesn't mean they should get a discount. Especially you starting out with a business and everything like that. I think you should come as a friend, prepared to fully support the business. Because I think that's a lot of times why businesses fail. People expect those things, and then you give somebody a discount, you give your friends and family a discount. And so then next thing you know, when your business fails, where are they going to be? You know what I'm saying? So if they really want to support you, they will pay full price. I
agree. I think a lot of it boils down to, and I hate to say it, a lot of times within our community, I feel like people come with a handout in mind, or like with some sort of discount. What can I get? How can you're supposed to help me out, this, that, and the other. And I don't think that's fair. Like you said, to your point, I think like a lot of times in many instances, businesses end up failing because they don't get that, full
price.
Yeah,
support.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree too. I think that you should support your friend 100% wherever their price lies. Now, I will say on this particular clip, the first girl, it sounded like her business might be apparel. So, like, if the friends are willing to pay half price, but they're going to wear it for me and advertise, for that, I'll be okay. But but even as a friend, I'm like, no, girl, how much the shirt cost? Let me go ahead and pay the same, and I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to post. But yeah, that first particular part, I would have been I'll go with however it goes either way. But yes, I definitely believe in order to get these businesses off the ground, 100%, let me support you full price.
Yeah, agreed. And I think I just in terms of like the apparel, I think even that's more of a reason to pay full price because like of the the amount of hours it takes to go into, you know, creating whatever it is that they're making, you know. So I think it's only fair that, you know, friends especially should pay full price and, you know, go above and beyond. And like, I think one of the other young ladies was saying like, oh, it's cool. Like I may give them a little extra or something like that for them being appreciative of you paying full price, you know? So
I don't think you should even go in it, you know, expecting anything. I guess that bothers me because I bake. That's something that I do. So it's just me. It's not a manufacturer or anything. So I don't have the big machines and everything that could do a whole bunch at once. So when you have people that's coming in like, hey, well, I want a dozen of this. How much do you charge? And you tell them, and it's like, oh, I can go get a dozen for $6 at Kroger. Okay. And, you know, and that's fine. But I have friends. Enjoy. Exactly. I have friends who have businesses, and even if they try to offer me a discount, I'm paying you everything because this is your business. I just think that it's so rude to expect it, and it's really hard with family. You know, like, well, hold on, well, let me get this, or girl, I got kids, or I got this, or I have that, and it's like I got kids too. You know, so and my thing too is back to Black businesses or businesses in general, supporting each other. But you're going to go stand in line and pay full price from Jordans. You're going to go, you know what I mean? You're going to go to, what's that place here? Something cake. I can't even think what it's called.
What's the industry? Well, I mean, what's the?
It's a baking place, but they have like the beautiful setup. They always have like how it's decorated is beautiful. Cake bake. So you go there and spend $100-something on some cake that's hit or miss. For the ambiance, you know, so I just, I'm all about that. Even if you try to give me a discount, I'm gonna pay you full price just because that's who I am, and it's your business. Yeah. You know, products and stuff. Eggs is $1,800,000. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think to your point, Hayward, though, I think it seems to be a cultural thing because it seems like we're always trying to get, I don't want to say trying to get over, but trying to get a deal. And so then the expectation becomes, oh, you know what? Oh, I know somebody that does this. So, you know, they'll cut us a good price or whatever have you. When in reality, to your point also, Ronnie, that you'll go somewhere else and spend or pay full price for something, but then come over here and expect a discount. And so I just think that it just kind of, we need to change our thought process as relates to friends and families and businesses and such.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And I think a large part of that is also because I think people don't realize what goes into a business and what, you know, it's like I'm creating this from scratch. So I've probably put a lot of my money into it to kind of start. But it's like, it may be a ramp up period before I actually have a profit. So I don't think people take that into consideration when it comes to businesses and receiving discounts. I'll even go a step farther, like as it relates to like, so I do sing, so like, and I've sang for different things, but I think people have a hard time like wanting to pay people to sing. It's like, oh, you can come do it for free, or just, you know, I'll throw you $25, and it's like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. But you know, have fun using that recording, whatever you need to do, play that song.
Not a young 25.
Because you won't have any live, you know, just whatever. So, but yeah, I just didn't mean to go on to a tangent about that. But yeah, no, I just think people need to stop and just understand what all goes into, you know, just creating
craft,
people's craft.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be that one Black person.
No, Kim, not you.
Come on, we knew it.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna pay. Not me. Okay, so and back in the day, now my attitude has changed only because I, like Ronnie, I don't bake, but I do cook, and I can do it for free and not even realizing how much it really costs when you are doing something for free. Back in the day, I would get my hair done, I would get my nails done, but the person that used to do my hair, like when I first met her, I would pay full price. We got comfortable. Months later, finding myself, okay, my appointment at 2, I don't get in the chair till 6. I'm like,
that's a little different.
So you think about it when you saying full price to my time? No. So But now that I'm older, because this is back in the day when I was younger and didn't think the way that I think now. But back then I'm like, okay, I done sat in here for damn near 10 hours. And you want me to pay 100? I got you a good 40. But
you didn't even do it.
That's a hell of a discount.
You just created a discount, basically.
I probably wouldn't even be 40 because I'm leaving after some.
Yeah.
You know, and then if I'm like, I'm a walking billboard for you, my hair cute, and I'm sending people, and then they get that same experience where they're sitting there past their appointment. So it's like, I'm like, hey, if you want people to come, if you cannot overbook, double book, you have to be conscious of people's time if you want your full price. So it's a little hard for me because back in the day, I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm drinking, we keying. You almost like my family, but I know I'm supposed to be here at 2 and it's 7 o'clock, and I'm like, and I'm closing the shop with you. So you gotta think about it like that. Now it's a little bit different. A lot of people are having a different businesses. They're cooking. People bake. People make food, and I don't know. I not saying the discount now, because now I'm like, you know what? My grandson was getting his hair cut by this barber, and the guy was like, I got you. And I was like, this don't even feel right. This is your business. I sent him money because I felt like this is your business.
Yeah.
One day I want to have a business, and I don't want you to try to do something for me for a favor. This your business. Let's keep it as your business, and maybe I can do something for you later for free.
Right.
Not later. Come on now.
The woman of the night.
I do want to jump in and just say something, and just more of a rhetorical question than a question that needs to be answered. I wonder what's the difference from back in the day when we used to support people. We didn't pay them, and that didn't seem wrong, but we definitely advertised for them and got them business. I wonder just what changed from the back in the day support to today support. Because I just think it definitely has changed, and people even in the starter up of today, they want to be paid and pay full price, and I'm for it. But I just wonder what was the mindset back then that it was fulfilling, and we felt like we supported people, and it felt like people supported more when it was free opposed to now. But that can be
I do want to just a quick. I know it's rhetorical, but just to say, just my opinion. One, the economy. And 2, I'm gonna say when you're doing stuff for people, they get ungrateful and then they get entitled. So again, that's people's time and stuff. And I know that sometimes when you hear about a deposit, it sucks. But I guess again, let's just take it for me baking or Mama Kim cooking or with Hayward, because I know on a couple weeks ago on one of the episodes, Hayward let us know that he was, he's creative. So say someone books through him and I say I want this is the kind of theme party I want and everything like that. He goes out and gathers all the stuff to come and decorate or do whatever he's going to do. And then the day before I say, I changed my mind. He's out of some money.
That's right.
He's out of some money. So even if he got that deposit, and again, that goes back to ungrateful or entitledness. Like, well, I'm just going to go with this other person, which if you want to go with somebody else, that's fine. But let me call you 2 weeks ahead. Hey, Hayward, I changed my mind. Let me do this. But even if he had already started buying stuff, he has that deposit where it may not cover everything. But hey, I got $75. So I'm covered a little bit in case they don't come to do the rest. And that's, to me, that's almost a respect thing, because people do get entitled or feel that they can just drop or cut out whenever you want. So now, or even if somebody that does hair, I went and bought the hair and stuff. So I'm ready for you to come. So now I'm out of money for hair when you changed your mind or didn't show up at the last minute. So I need that deposit. So that I'm at least covered on that end if I'm not covered on anything else.
Yeah, it's holding people accountable. It's a mixture of it's a whole bunch of mixture of a lot of different things. I think just like just to throw my 2 cents in on Stovall's rhetorical question, but just essentially, I think it has a lot to do now in today's age with social media. I think everyone wants their things to be seen, their products to be seen, which, it makes sense because it's like there's so much accessibility and it's easy, to put your things out there. But then to Ronii's point, people then become entitled and they think, just because they did X, Y, Z, now they deserve this respect that they haven't really earned. And then it's like, you know, we can't respect your business practices because you're not doing what you need to do as a business person. So, but yeah, we, like I said, we can go into that like another time and make that a whole different topic. But let's switch gears really quickly and just jump into the Speak to Me segment. So this week, we're talking about self-confidence and what that means to everyone. So how y'all feeling about self-confidence? What does that mean to you?
I'll go first.
Kick it off for us.
So I tell a story, and definitely I tell this story to women that I meet that have been in domestic violence situations. I did not get my self-confidence until I was 26 years old. And from early on in different relationships, I was abused and never stood up for myself. I was like, okay, maybe this is what it's supposed to look like. And then even at my job, I will always let people say things or do things. Like I worked in the cafeteria and I would come on my shift and my area was always dirty and I would always clean it up. And that went on for months and months and months and months and months. And my supervisor would always get on me like, why is your area always dirty? I'm like, I didn't do this. But I never would tell on nobody. Not saying I wasn't a snitch, but I was afraid. And so self-confidence, I was just like, okay, I'll just clean it up. Yeah, but one day, and it was a black lady, an older black lady, and she would always pick with me. And I'm like, what's wrong? Why is this lady always messing with me? Like, we are two black women. Why are you picking with me? So I'm thinking it was just me and her in the kitchen, and here she comes picking with me. When I say I cussed her out, and I never used these cuss words before, and I cussed her out so bad, my supervisor walked around the corner like, Kimberly. I was like, oh shit, you was in here? So she took me to me and this lady goes in the office, and the lady was like, I don't know why Kim was acting like that. I'm like, are you serious? And I'm like, okay. That day, I was 26 years old. I'll never forget it. And I tell people this now when I see other women who let people, men or women, talk to them crazy, talk down to them, not letting them have their voice. I always tell them that story. I said, I ain't always been very outspoken or raise my hand. I will always just sit back in the background. And now they be like, bruh, if you don't shut the, I'm like, bruh, what you say? Hello? And that has to do with, this is a funny one, but my baby daddy. So my daughter doing my hair, he came over her house and I'm like, bro, you know I don't like you. And I don't know why you trying to keep talking to me. So he talked to me, but see, he forgot Monet was telling all his business to me. And he said something. I said, blah, 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 blah. And when I say he was sitting there like this, and he left out, I said, I ain't that same Kim from 18. If you ever think you can say anything to me sideways, you gonna be ready to fight me. And he never said nothing sideways to me again. But I stand up for myself. I do it at work. I do it in my life. I stand up for myself because people will take advantage of you if you do not speak up.
That's very true. That's very true. And I love that you found that point to find that self-confidence, because it is important, because I think a lot of times in a lot of situations, people don't realize that they're, not a confident person, or, they may, they don't see until they see themselves like in a certain situation. So I think that is important. Ronnie, how are you feeling about self-confidence?
To me, self-confidence, just genuinely loving myself unapologetically.
Oh, yes.
Just being who I am, and not apologizing for it. I know I just said that, but I'm saying that again, not apologizing for it. I am who I'm supposed to be. We're all different, and that's okay. But I also feel like the self-confidence comes, self-love and self-confidence, that's one and the same to me. Mm-hmm. So you have to, and to me, to truly love somebody else, I know some people argue about this, but if I don't know how to love me right, I can't love somebody else correctly.
Amen.
So what you said? What have you said?
I mean, being honest, like I have to learn how to. I have to know how to love and treat myself, and also, again, everything goes back to my kids. I got little people watching me that I need to be confident because it's hard out here. You know, it's hard out here. It's hard for kids, the bullying and stuff like that.
Oh,
yes. Any of that, but I'm just saying in general, you know, where you have we dealt with that when we were younger, you know, oh, well, you're pretty for a darker skinned girl. Or you're pretty for a little plus size girl. No, bitch, I'm fabulous, period. You know,
say that again.
Because I just am. So, but I hate that because you just see it. So it's like you have to love yourself. You can't think about anybody else because the ones that, to me, that it seems like other people look up to, or oh, they're so beautiful and stuff like this, are broken on the inside. Maybe that's all they have going for them. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily what it is, because beautiful people are happy too. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you never know what someone's going through, or they may have those insecurities. So you just have to love yourself, regardless of what somebody else says. We can't think of what other people say. You have to love yourself genuinely and unapologetically.
No, I love it.
That's crazy that you said that about how you see someone as beautiful, but don't know their history, their story. And Pierre, you know, this is my love. I remember I had a friend and I always used to think she was so beautiful. She was dark skinned. She was tall. All the boys wanted to talk to her. Always thought she was beautiful. And Pierre was like, Mom, you look so much better than her. I was like, no, I don't. He was like, Mom, you are beautiful. She look all right, but you are beautiful. And I was like, and then I started looking at her. I was like, you might not be as beautiful as I put you on this pedestal to be. And then to come to find out, she had low self-esteem. She was more of a woman in the night. I was a woman of the night, but I was different.
Not you.
I was a little different.
Shaming her for being a real woman of the night.
I was a little different. So that's why I was just like, when you see people that you think they have all this together and confidence, and you think they're beautiful, and then other people, you know, maybe Pierce was my biggest fan. But when I look back and I was like, dang it, she was not all of that beautiful as I put her up there, and I was pretty all right myself too, but I didn't have that self-confidence to believe that.
Yeah.
But now, baby, you can't tell me nothing.
That's right.
And
we love you. And we love you for it.
Yes. And when I said fluffy and all, I was talking about myself. I wasn't calling you fluffy. I was talking about.
Oh, I know you was, because I remember our first couple episodes. You were saying how, hey, my picture different now. I lost a few pounds. I'm not who I used to be, and it just goes back to, like you always said, your self-confidence and loving you for yourself. Because how can I love that person if I'm not sure how to love myself? So that is good advice.
I was hell on wheels, fluffy, so you can't imagine, baby.
Right. Right.
So Stovall, tell us about self-confidence through your lens.
Tag the fluffiest girl on in. She's coming in the ring.
Right.
No.
Listen. Self-confidence. Just listening to you guys' stories. My take on self-confidence is a mental take, and it's because of the stories that you guys have shared. I have seen image literally be the number one drug or number one addiction for so many people, and it literally tears their life up. So self-confidence for me is literally a mental state. Like, what you believe you are. You know what I mean? So, and you got to keep that. You have to be your own number one fan, because at any time something can go wrong. I mean, your closest person that you're closest to might not be there to pump you up. Your child might not be there to pump you up. So you have to be your number one freaking fan. And I've come to have that type of mindset, because literally people that are around me are so addicted to image, and it tears them apart. And it not only tears them apart, I've seen it be passed down to other generations, and then it tears those generations apart, and it just makes me angry. So yeah, I don't care, like whatever it is, just be confident in what you say. People are going to pick that up, and people are going to remember you for that. So
that is true. I agree.
I don't want to talk over real quick. I promise this is the quickest story ever. When the kids were at daycare with Aunt Beanie, I'm so serious. There was a little girl there. She's a little light skinned young, and she was a cute little girl. But when you hear, and I'm talking daycare, so I'm talking maybe 4 years old, and you hear her say, when my aunt would tell them to clean up, and she would never clean up, and it's like, my mommy said I don't have to. That's for the dark skinned girls, because I'm not gonna have to work when I get older. And I'm like, she's 4?
Really?
She's 4? So just yeah. So it's important. Self-love is important. Let me just say that. Yeah,
it is. It's extremely important. I totally agree. I know for me, like self-confidence for me came way later. Probably, if I'm being honest, probably like in my 30s, like early 30s. Like just as a kid, like I was always just out as a quiet kid, very shy kid to myself. Had friends and things like that, but just like I always felt, I never felt like, I don't know, I didn't feel, I guess like I got attention like some of my other friends or whatever. So, and I just didn't know why it was. So I was always, just kind of like being there, almost being there to like help people or do whatever else and trying to find my place, but again, like I said, that didn't come until like in my 30s, and then I realized like, yes, like I'm an attractive person, and I blah blah blah, people will like me for me, and feeling that confidence and being secure and knowing like who I am and what it is. And it's weird like coming to that realization and even saying it like that it happened that late in life, but it's like that is something that actually
real.
It is a real thing, and you don't really realize it until you're, faced with it, head on. So, but yeah.
But Ronnie, when you just said that about the light skin versus dark skin, and it was crazy today, my own grandkids, somebody keep calling Devin Mr. Clean, and he was like, Grandma, why people keep on calling me Mr. Clean? I'm like, baby, because your hair's short. It's nothing offensive. So him and his sister, they going back and forth. And she was like, Mr. Clean. Now she already knows it makes him feel a type of way. He was like, that's why you're not black. I said, huh? Grandma, she is light skinned. She's not black. I said, Devin, black people come in multiple different colors. Yeah. But because he hears this, he sees it at school, he now brings it home to his own sister. And I'm like, no. Yeah. We have to teach the kids at home that is not what they see on TikTok or what they see on Instagram or wherever. Because if we don't teach them self-confidence as little kids, they won't have it. Like, I always thought I was ugly because my mom never said, oh, you pretty. The boys never said I was cute, but they like my stuff. I was like, here you go.
Check.
Trigger alert.
They never said, hey, you beautiful. But like I said, when I got older and after I turned 26, I was like, okay, now let me look at myself. But guys always talk to me, but not because I thought I was pretty. I just thought because I was giving the booty up. I don't know. But my self-confidence was crappy. And so now I hear my grandkids talk like that. I'm like, no, especially
you want to break the cycle.
Yep, break the cycle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. So we had a nice little talk at breakfast. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. So I was like, okay, now I gotta talk to my daughter. Like, hey, you gotta start talking to them about this in the house because now she's gonna go to school and somebody said it to her, she's gonna think it's okay because her brother said it to her. So we gotta break the cycle.
Absolutely.
Oh, you quiet.
Yeah, tell us about, you seem like a very self-confident person. Tell us about self-confidence.
Interesting enough, I am growing into my era of self-confidence. to hear you all talk about the different I guess attributes of self-confidence. The main thing that sticks out is that I'm more of a people confidence person, meaning I'm confident in the abilities and stuff like that. I won't say abilities. Let me backtrack a little bit. I'm more confident in the people in certain areas, but I'll say I'm the victim of the social media things and such as things like that have let that shape my mind of who I am or who I should be. So as I'm coming into my self-confidence era, I'm in a season of becoming more confident in my abilities, in my this and the third. I'm a little older, I'm a little seasoned, or as I'm getting older, a little more seasoned. Not letting that be a deterrent for my mental versus, because not too long ago I had some dreads, and so then I was here, I go to work and I wear a hat just about every day at work, but the times I didn't have a hat on then, so people see I had basically a hair foot of gray hair, and so the response to that wasn't always hair's, even if it was freshly twisted or something like that, wasn't always nice. It was kind of like, if I had that, I would dye it, that type of thing situation. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Embrace that.
Excuse me.
Embrace that grown man.
Yeah, and so I wouldn't being somebody that's already feeling a way about getting older. So then to hear some of those things sometimes would be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So now realizing that I don't need to get my confidence from other people, but really just get my confidence from who I am. And as anything else in life it's a journey. And so I'm on that ride. I'm on that journey to become more self-confident. And I see it's always, instead of looking at other people and being like, I wish I was more like that. I wish I was more like this, just to be able to appreciate the things that I have. Like I was talking to P I think last Monday, and we were talking because, he was like, sometimes you can really be the life of the party. And I was like, me? You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm quiet, shy, all those type of things. But
okay.
Right. Oh Lord.
Who are we talking about now? My computer went out.
Oh my. Hello.
Me. We're talking about me, but to realize that, and then I was like, well, maybe it's because I be drinking sometimes. And so that's when I can turn that personality on. But in reality, he had to bring it to my attention. He said, well, sometimes you don't even be drinking. You just naturally, that's who you are. And so I can see my level of confidence in who I am coming, growing more and more, that I don't need the crutch of a drink or anything else to make me feel good or make me feel like I am a complete person. Now I can really stand on my own 2 feet and realize and say, hey, this is me.
And you are enough.
There you go.
You are enough.
You enough.
Yes, you are enough. All right, y'all. So for this week's off-topic segment, we're gonna, since we're all 30 plus, I believe. I'm just throwing it out there. I want to task us to, if we had to give a piece of advice to a man or a woman between the ages of 19 and 29 about anything, what would that be? Ronnie, kick us off.
I would say, I have a couple, but they all go together. You come on, thumbs up.
Where'd that come from?
Where did that come on?
Right.
Okay. And she's up.
Right. So I would say like I said, they all go together. Don't rush into things. Take your time. And I'm saying this to myself because somebody did tell me this, but it became more clear as I got older. You don't know everything. You don't. And it's okay. So my thing with that, when I say take your time and don't rush, is to pay attention. Just sit back, relax, move, go through the motions, but at the same time, don't rush things. Like how we was always rushing to get older. We couldn't wait to be grown and stuff like this. Adulthood fucking sucks.
Oh, the ghetto.
Like these
Zero
stars.
Adulthood is the hardest hood.
0 stars.
Okay.
0 out of 10. I don't recommend. Shout out to my cousins in Carolina. They didn't hit me today. 0 out of 10. I don't recommend
it. But slow down and pay attention. Listen to the older people that try to tell you stuff because they've been through it. Even though we think we know everything, they've been through it. Listen to them and learn a lesson. And when I say learn a lesson, I don't mean just if something bad happens. When good things happen, there's a lesson to be learned in that. There's so many lessons that going back now, I kind of missed, and I can see it now. But at that time, I thought I knew it all. I was rushing. I wanted to get where I wanted to get to. So just take your time, be still, and learn lessons in all situations, good or bad.
I love it. I love it.
Because this don't circle back. You may not think so when you're young. When you're young and know everything, but baby, it comes back around. It circles back. So,
oh yeah, and it may come back 2, 3, 4 times.
Yep.
And it may look different each time. So, but I'm definitely with you. So I want to piggyback a little bit off of that. So that would be a piece of, like, I would say that as well. I would also say just to take your time and be present in the moments that are happening right now. Don't be concerned about the future too heavily. Like or you can be concerned about the future and take that back. Please be concerned about the future, but take the time to live in the moment and actually enjoy the things that you're doing, because you, like you say, you will look back and so much time will have passed, and it's like, if you haven't enjoyed what's been happening, it's like, I missed my life, or I didn't take time to do this, or so I think it's really important to take the time and like stop and smell the flowers, as cliche as it sounds.
But it's the truth.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
I want to jump in here. So I really would have 2 pieces of advice to those in that age range. Well, my first would be, don't live out of fear, throw caution to the wind and just live, really. To your point, Hayward, I think we spend so much time being worried about X, Y, and Z, so that we don't take the time to really just live in these moments and enjoy the moments that we have before us. And so I would say, throw fear away, live your life unapologetically. Because I think you will have a better appreciation as you get older for the life that you are building. And so you won't live with regrets and saying, I wish I should have done this. I wish I could have did that type of situation. My other thing would be protect your credit. Yeah, because
my notes, Mo. I wish you could see my notes.
Yeah, for me, that I didn't really take it seriously until probably in my 30s. And it was interesting that, Pierre and his friend group opened my eyes as to how important, your credit is and things of that nature. Because, disrespect Stovall, but our friend group was more so like, hey, we,
living our best life.
Kind of like a YOLO type of situation. So we weren't really thinking about that type of stuff. It's just like, listen, we out here living. This is how it's gonna be. Wah wah wah. But it was just to see just how much emphasis they placed on their credit, and their conversation was like, who credit score is this? What's your type of situation? This and the third. So that became like an inside joke amongst them. And I'm like, damn, we don't talk about no shit like that. We be talking, everything but that. You know what I'm saying? And as I've gotten older, I realized, your credit really is so important, and it can make it break. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so I would urge anybody in those age group, I say, live without fear, but live with your credit in mind as well, because eventually you go, you have to rely on that.
Yeah, I mean, not even eventually. I think just in that age range, like, because I think most of us, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I feel I know for myself, I didn't learn about credit. I didn't know anything about credit. My mom didn't know about credit either. So it took me in my 30s and learning the same thing. So I agree with you, Mario, on that.
Yeah. My parents, they were like, they lived by the standard of, hey, we want it, we're gonna get it, and we'll figure it out later.
That's major. Yeah. Actually, we have a because like I was just saying, that's not something that was taught to us. To make sure, but like at their school, at the high school, they have a class that they can take when they're a junior, and Sydney will be a junior next year. So I can't wait for it's talking about finances, how to balance a checkbook, how to write a check, how to make sure your credit and stuff is good. And I'm like, listen,
Oh, that's amazing.
It is amazing.
You don't have a choice but to take that next year. That's one class you're gonna have to take. Like that's an elective. I don't care about gym or none of that other stuff.
That needs to be a part of the curriculum.
Like they'll even go through, okay, we're gonna give you this job and this is how much you make, but you're looking for an apartment and stuff. That's major. I'm like, you gotta take that class.
Yeah, it's important.
You have to.
Yeah.
I do got one question for you, Ronnie, though. Are they teaching you how to, take your paycheck and just pay a little bit to Duke, a little bit to
Their mama ain't teaching them that. We like,
or is that only in the Cincinnati school district?
First of all, I can't stand more. He said it with a straight face. Now, Sean,
but I mean,
baby, the level of festivity killed us last week about that daggone checkbook, child.
Yeah.
He said, I said, you paid the whole bill. And we're going to say, wait a minute, so you mad at him for doing right?
Right.
Yes.
I'm trying to understand.
Having a zero bank account, yes.
I get it. Well, in that case, what lovely wisdom do you have to impart to the people?
But you know what? But now that I'm older, because growing up in the 70s and the 80s, my mom, she never sat down with us with her finance. I never knew how much money my mom paid. I just knew that we never was homeless. We had food in the refrigerator. She had a brand new car. We lived in a house. We lived in the suburbs. So I was like, okay, but here I am, 18, in my first apartment with a kid. I didn't even know how to fill out a money order. So I'm like, okay, who's the memo to? What's this mean? Didn't know I'm supposed to put rent for January the 1st. But learning on my own and not even understanding still credit and what it meant to be able to have good credit so I could buy a house or buy a car or not have my interest rate at a 30%. Yeah. But
golly.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, back in the day, baby, you
like. I'm just saying, look at God. Look where he brought you from.
Absolutely. I mean, because if we think about what I would tell someone that's between 19 and 29, and it would be protect everything, protect your body, protect your credit, protect your mind, because my mama never had them conversations about if a little boy asks you to do it,
you're supposed to do it. Huh? No disrespect. I'm not trying to be funny. But I do believe that I get to protect your body type of situation. No means no. I get all that kind of stuff. However, I do believe in your youth, you should live. Explore, this, that, and the third. How you know what you don't do like?
Can you
that type of thing.
That? I mean,
can
you expound on that? I mean,
yeah, please.
I'm just not give up to the highest bidder. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? No. I believe that everybody should go through a whole phase.
How did we get there? I don't know. Maybe I'll take it as a different thing. I thought to protect my body was kind of like protect your health, but maybe that's not what.
Okay, my bad. I was thinking something completely different.
You was being nasty.
And everybody should go through a whole phase,
right? But I mean, I don't know how old you were when you gave up your cookies, but I was 15 on my 15th birthday, and it was not playable.
I was 25. Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
We supposed to be telling.
Can we bring in the light?
I just want to know on this podcast today.
Well, we telling the truth, or we'll be lying. On y'all wedding night, boy, please.
Sure.
that? Okay, never mind. I don't even want. I want to piggyback something off Mario just said, but I know that's gonna take a whole nother thing. But I just saw the wedding night, and in my head, I'm thinking, I always wonder stuff like that when people say
they be lying.
They wait till they married because what if I don't like it?
They be lying.
And now we married. What am I supposed to do? Stop. What's happening?
Because then you just stuck. So,
I got to see what's happening.
Absolutely.
Before we, because.
But if you know, because
down there, baby, get up.
I'm gonna challenge you, Ronnie, because if you waited until the wedding night, just period. Are you saying in general, like being a virgin, or like?
Yeah, well,
because if that's the case, then you don't know what you're missing.
There you go.
Place to be
that's what I would tell my younger self. You don't know what you're missing until you get it. I got it.
Hayward, hold on, Kim. Hold on.
Zero star.
Hold on.
Stovall into the chat.
Oh Lord,
we've gone too far. Listen, we've gone too far because you can't tell me that on your first go round, your body didn't tell you this is a yay or nay.
Yeah,
zero. Mine told me a no,
and it could be your first time. So some of the stuff it was a yay, some of the stuff it was a nay. So I feel that if I were a virgin and on my wedding night, my body is gonna tell me, no, no.
Because I don't.
But on your wedding night, it's somebody that
if I were a virgin, I'm just a virgin.
Yeah, no.
I'm just talking, okay.
If you was a virgin, it's gonna be somebody you love. At 15, I wasn't in love with him. He just wanted the coochie because he knew it was the virgin coochie, and I was like,
"You want that coochie cat?"
And I was like, "This don't feel good." But then the cherry got busted and the cherry started just be giving it away for free. I was like, damn.
I need you to help us out and our viewers out. So,
please let us know. I will. I'm gonna actually jump on and actually kind of split this popular opinion that everybody has given. I'm gonna actually tell a younger person. I'm not gonna tell them to slow down like you guys have been telling them. I'm gonna tell them to find balance. That's one of the things that I would tell them, because I lived the fast life. You know what I mean? I lived life. So some people who was like, live life. I did it. I would tell them to find balance, because living that fast life and enjoying life, sometimes you go too far to the right or too far to the left. You know what I mean? But like, you have people be like, oh, you're young, enjoy. Well, if that enjoyment starts to be prolonged, that can go down a bad road. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I would just say balance. Like, definitely have fun. Because and take advantage of your youth. You're in your youth, so you can go out to the clubs and still make it to work. You know what I mean? But when it goes to you always going out to the clubs and then you're not keeping a job, you're not setting yourself up for success later when you need to be disciplined to always go to a job. Because you want to nap in the middle of the day. You're like, why am I here? You know what I mean? Then you want to use PTO in the wrong manner. So I would say, I had two, which is why I said Mo must have been reading my thoughts. Balance. I would tell a young adult to balance their life. Have fun, but you'll know when to draw it back in. And then the other thing that I would say is financial literacy. So I was one of those people. It's like, I'm young. In my mind, because I'm a logical person. I'm thinking, shit, I got 7 years to turn this over through what I'm messing up through bankruptcy. You see what I'm saying?
That's what financial literacy.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, no. Don't do that. Don't do it. Have fun. You can go to the edge, but know when to will it back in. So balance and financial literacy would be my answers.
Yeah. No,
them both good. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed. All right, y'all. Let's throw it to Mario. What you eating?
I can't hear you.
I hear you.
He did not.
I do apologize. I'm having a little bit of a technical difficulty.
No worries. We're glad you're okay. We were gonna just have you blink
for the next person.
Yeah. Hayward said we was gonna have you blink.
You want to make sure you're all right.
Yeah, he's just piggybacking off of what I was telling him last weekend. However, actually, I'm gonna make this tomorrow for as a part of Sunday dinner. So it's a pork shoulder. I took one of my good friends, Dutch. He kind of laid the groundwork for how to make this. So I think I may have spoken about this previously too, is taking a recipe and then making it my own. So I took what he told me or showed me about this pork shoulder recipe and then kind of made it my own. So take the pork shoulder, wash it, of course, with no dirty meat. And then after you wash it, I put a little you caught it, you caught it.
Woo, not the dirty meat, honey.
Woo! But why do it be the best though? But no, I'm done.
I'm not sure this episode is taking a turn. It's taking a few turns.
I'm gonna text you later, Kim.
But anyway,
why am I laying on this? Jordans all around.
Tell us about that.
Okay,
pork
I'm sorry.
The pork shoulder.
Mo, what you eating? Because it sounds good.
So after you wash it, I then also kind of rinse it with some lemon juice and stuff like that. It's gonna let the lemon juice soak in and everything like that. Then I take whole pieces of garlic, whole cloves of garlic, make little cuts into the pork, and then slide those in there, just in various areas of the pork, the side, top, bottom, all that kind of stuff. Then season it as necessary. I tend to use like an all-purpose seasonings, some black pepper. I also like white pepper as well.
Bougie.
And then a little, I guess it's kind of seasoned according to your taste buds. But the main part of this is then I take a onion, bell pepper, red and green bell pepper, puree that up. And so in that mixture, I also add some orange marmalade. Or not orange, peach marmalade, and then also a little bit of Crown Royal peach in there as well, and some chicken broth. So mix all that together, and I use that as kind of like my marinade, so to speak, for the pork. And so I put that in the Dutch oven with it, and I let it sit overnight in that. Excuse me, I forgot a step. Also, when I put the whole garlic cloves in there, I also use rosemary, and I put rosemary throughout the pork to kind of let it soak in as well. Put that marinade over there after it's been seasoned stuff. Let it sit in the refrigerator for overnight. Put in the oven, 350. Let it roast for about 3 hours or so. Come out. It's good.
Okay. That sounds good.
That sounds good. What do you typically pair it with?
I pair it with Jim Beam. I'm just joking.
Period.
Be serious once in your life.
Right. I pair it with for instance, like tomorrow, I'm gonna pair it with a little mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes, because then of course you gotta have like a little gravy as a result of that. So then you can take the little gravy and put it over your mashed potatoes and such.
That's a lot of starch. I ain't heard no vegetables yet.
Ooh, well, come for me. Mr. Producer is going to make the starch, and it will be a cabbage and green mixture. Oh. Yes, and then we'll also have a 7-layer salad as well. So does that meet your standards?
Salad.
Does that meet your standards for vegetables?
Yeah,
I'll
work it out.
Maybe throw a little spinach in there or something like that.
Yeah.
But no. But that's typically how I pair it. I normally make it around like a special occasion. So that was like normally is my contribution to whatever the occasion is. And so yeah, it's become better over time.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good though.
Yeah, no, it sounds delicious. I know it'll be amazing. So
I can hear the shade. It's okay.
No, never. All love. But no, Ronnie, can you take us out, uplift the people for the week?
Absolutely. Let me uplift you. So let me just say that it has been a funny pleasure as always with you guys this week. We kind of we do what we do, and I love it. My uplift this week would be, it kind of piggybacks off our episode from last week. Going on kind of like self-care in so many words. Find some time to do what you love. Find yourself. And when I say find yourself, we get so busy with life and kids and wives and husbands and boyfriends and girlfriends and just life, period, that we sometimes lose who we are or what we like to do. So get back to, or just find something that maybe you used to love that you no longer do. So whether it's knitting or painting or visiting a winery, or if you're a foodie, visiting different restaurants, find time for yourself if you can, at least once a week, to just indulge in that. If not once a week, even if it's once every other week or once or twice a month, just to some time for yourself so that you can still be yourself and don't get away or just give everything up because life comes so fast and you feel that you don't have time. Make time for yourself to do something that you love, even if it's something as simple as reading a book or listening to an audiobook alone, just your time. That's important.
A little me time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. So yeah, we thank you guys for taking time out to hang with us again, and we hope you see us again next week. Join us right here. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe down there. Do all that fun stuff, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, and if you guys decide to go out this week and be a woman of the night, tell us about it tomorrow. Tell it about it next week and just put it down the thing. We would love to hear your stories.
Absolutely. We definitely would love to hear your stories.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, so we ain't doing no balloons or nothing this week. We just done. We gonna laugh. No.
Well,
oh,